we're going to talk about the schedule view. The schedule view is basically just a calendar view of your task list. It does not incorporate routes. It only does tasks. So keep that in mind. So basically, the first thing we need to do here, we have to configure our times on that calendar so we see the times that we're actually at work. So we need to go to MISC Info, System, Control Table Maintenance. Once we're on this screen, we're going to click on the tab that says Tasks. Now, on the right side towards the bottom, we have a couple options: Default Schedule Start Time and Default Schedule End Time. Those are the times on your calendar. If you work from 6 a.m. in the morning till, let's say, 5 p.m. at night, set those as your beginning and ending times, and then go ahead and click the Close button to save that change. That'll give you the times within your calendar. The next thing we want to do is basically the calendar view here. The schedule view is the exact same thing as your task list. You have your task list here, which will list all of your tasks. Every one of those tasks will show up on this calendar. So to get there, we're going to go to Task Info and then Schedule View. The first thing you're going to notice is the system pops out a pop-up. That's the way it currently works. This is the way it'll be for a while here. You'll also notice that I set my times 6 a.m. all the way up until 5 p.m. That's what we're seeing for times here on this calendar. And right off the bat, if you've just started with the software, you're going to see some junk names in here that are not employees of your company and are not anyone that you've set up. That is dummy data. And to change that, this is one of the first steps we need to do. Along the top, we can click this button that says Employees. When you click that, it gives you a pop-up that shows all of your current users. And as it says right here, if you hold down the Control key on your keyboard, you can then click and pick and choose what you want, or you can highlight all of them. I'm just going to go ahead and select Joe, Admin, and R1 and R2, and then hit Save and Close. You'll notice right here along the top, it's going to list them. They each get their own little column. And you're going to see the date. We're at the 24th. And we're currently on a weekly setting. If I scroll over, I can see the entire week, the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, etc. And each day has its own column for each user. Along the top here, you can click Day if you just want to see one day at a time. And if you're on the day view, you'll notice that we see a column for each one of your users. We can then on the left, maybe we want to see everything on the 28th of April. We could click on that day, and then we'll get shown everything for that day. The other thing is we have a couple other views here. We have your day, we have your week view, which will show you a week at a time, and then we have a month view. So if you're using a month view and you have a lot of tasks, it's going to be very hard to read everything that's going on. You'll see right here, this is one task. So if you've got 20 or 30 tasks, it's going to be extremely difficult to look at in a month view. So just keep that in mind. You've also got, and I'm going to bring myself down to a week view here. We've also got this other little thing along the top called time scale. We can actually tell the system to show us everything in intervals. Maybe I just want to see 10-minute intervals, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or the full 60 minutes or hour at a time. So those are pretty much the tools that you can use to maneuver around in the calendar and get different settings. Now, once you're on this, you can actually drill right into a task. So right here, I have this task for Brazil Food Market. I can double-click this task number or double-click this task, and it brings me in. Let me click out and then double-click it. It'll bring me into the task. I can make any changes I need to the task, and when I hit close, it'll pop the schedule view back up, and those changes will be solid. The other option you have is this is draggable. Let's say R1's out today and I just want to give this over to R2. I can drag it right over to R2, and I can even drag it for a different time of day. And it's very important that after you make these changes, when you're dragging it around and you're done, you want to hit this close button to make sure those save. If you hit exit, I don't know if it'll save, but I can tell you the close button will do the trick. So make sure you hit the close button. It will then move the task to the different day and the different assigned to person, and you'll see that right here on the open task list. It also changes the time if you drag the time. So again, if we go back to Task Info, Schedule View, we can open that back up. And you could just drag around. You'll have a lot of tasks here. Feel free to move them around and just click the close button once you're done. You've got the refresh button. Let's say you drug some stuff around and you want to see the updated view, just hit refresh. You can also create a task right from here. So this is the last option I'll show you. Right from here, we could click Create Task. From here, I could go ahead and put my task together, assign it to somebody, give it a date if I want, change it, and then click Close. Now, once you create tasks like that, you're probably going to have to close and reopen the schedule view, or you're going to go ahead and hit the refresh button to refresh that view, and you'll see that I now have that newer task on here. So that's how the schedule view works. If you have any questions, email training and we'll help you out.